Alright, let's dive into something that's got me pretty excited lately. Have you ever seen a career pivot that just feels right? That's exactly what's happening with Parno Mittra, a name you might recognize from Bengali cinema. But here's the twist. She's not just in front of the camera anymore, she's stepping behind it as a producer for the first time. And the project? A British-Indian short film called The Music Teacher, starring Raima Sen. Personally, I think this is a bold move, and what makes it really interesting is how it blends cultural heritage with personal storytelling. It's not just a film. It's a statement about where cinema can go when it's deeply rooted in identity yet universal in its themes. Now, let's break this down. Parno Mittra has been a staple in Bengali cinema for over 2 decades, with roles in films like Doob and Raj Kahini. But producing? That's a whole new ballgame. In my opinion, this shift isn't just about expanding her career. It's about reclaiming agency in the stories she wants to tell. What many people don't realize is that actors often have a unique perspective on storytelling, and when they step into producing, they bring that insight to the table. Mittra's new production banner, Unscripted Co, is launching with this film, and I'm curious to see how her vision shapes its identity. The film itself is written and directed by Shrimoyee Chakraborty, whose background in documentaries and cultural exploration adds another layer of depth. The Music Teacher is set in North Kolkata and centers on a young man battling depression who finds solace through Rabindra Sangeet, the iconic songs of Rabindranath Tagore. Here's where it gets fascinating. This isn't just a story about music. It's a tribute to cultural preservation and human resilience. If you take a step back and think about it, Rabindra Sangeet isn't just music. It's a lifeline to Bengal's cultural identity. The fact that the film uses it as a narrative anchor feels both personal and profound. What's also striking is the team behind this project. Aarti Bajaj, the editor known for Jab We Met and Sacred Games, is co-producing. Her involvement raises a deeper question. How does someone who's shaped stories in the edit room approach producing? Bajaj's perspective on storytelling is inherently structural, and I'm intrigued by how that influences the film's pacing and emotional beats. Then there's Raima Sen in the title role, a choice that feels deliberate, given her own connection to Bengali cinema. It's like the film is weaving together threads of legacy and innovation. One thing that immediately stands out is the film's personal roots. Chakraborty describes it as a love letter to her mother, to Rabindra Sangeet, and to Kolkata. This isn't just a project, it's an act of homage. What this really suggests is that the best art often comes from a place of deep personal connection. It's not just about telling a story, it's about why that story needs to be told. And in a world where cinema can sometimes feel formulaic, that authenticity is refreshing. From my perspective, The Music Teacher is more than just a film. It's a cultural conversation. It's about how art can heal, how tradition can evolve, and how individuals can find their place within a larger narrative. What makes this really interesting is how it bridges the local and the global. Mittra's vision for Unscripted Co is to champion stories that are deeply rooted yet capable of traveling across cultures. That's a tall order, but if anyone can pull it off, it's someone who's spent decades understanding the nuances of Bengali cinema. Here's my takeaway. This project feels like a turning point, not just for Parno Mittra, but for the kind of stories we see coming out of India. It's intimate, it's ambitious, and it's unapologetically rooted in its identity. Personally, I think we're going to see more actors stepping into producing roles, not just to diversify their careers, but to take control of the narratives they want to bring to life. And if The Music Teacher is any indication, that's something we should all be excited about. So what do you think? Is this the kind of cinema we need more of? Let me know in the comments. I'm all ears. And if you're as intrigued by this project as I am, keep an eye out for updates. This is just the beginning.